everyone. If you are new here, my name is Shatoka, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. So today I wanted to share with you all of the coats that I've made. This one you can see right here is actually my most recent coat, but I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I want to share with them all the coats that I've made over the years. So if you guys want to see my complete coat collection, go ahead and stick around. If you hadn't saw, I spoke about it in my sorority retreat video, also in my fabric haul that I shared when I got fabric at Dallas during the retreat. I completed this first coat there, and so this is actually a tried and true for me now. This is now the fourth time that I've done this coat, and I want to share it with you all here on the channel and then show the others that I made as well. So this pattern is a oldie, but it is a tried and true. As I said, it came out in 2018, and the first one that I made, I believe I did make it in 2018. If not 18, it was 19. So I really love this coat. So this is Simplicity 8554. It is still available on the Simplicity website. Last I checked, I'll double check. If it isn't, I'll put it up, but I believe it is. And I originally had this years ago, and I most recently went and got another one in the past year or so of the bigger size envelope, because I initially had the 6 through 14. So now with this most recent one, I ended up making it, I believe I cut either 18. I think I cut it 18, but I have the pattern envelope for 14 through 22, and it is an easy to sew pattern, and it really is, you guys. The coat looks really nice, but it is really beginner friendly. There are no fasteners or anything. So the first one I'll show you guys here, and then of course I'm gonna have cutaways and pictures of me in the coats on the side, but is this zebra coat. So again, this was my most recent make. This is actually the shorter version. So this is view C. There are 3 views in this pattern. This is the first time I made the shorter jacket. The other ones I made the longer ones. So the only thing I did different with this view is I didn't do the sleeve. It had like a scrunch and a tie at the sleeve. I decided to just do the regular sleeve, but everything else is the same. And I love how this jacket came out. I actually haven't worn it out yet, but I'm gonna wear it pretty soon because we are currently in fall weather here in Chicago. But I love how it turned out. I do think I want to make another one in this shorter version, but I think I'm gonna size one size up so that I can wear like thicker sweaters underneath. Right now it'll fit really well under things that are close fitting, like the dress that I have on today. It'll look really nice over, but I'm just thinking about when I'm making like the chunky knits, it's probably gonna be too tight. But really love this jacket. It just has a tie at the waist, and I love this fabric so much. It is just like a kind of like a bottom weight, like a canvas type of fabric, but it's so soft. And I got it at Vogue Fabrics in Chicago. It's a north suburb here in the north of the city, and I love it. This fabric is so nice. I actually think I want to go back and grab some because I want something else in it, but it is so nice. So again, like I told you guys, this is a tried and true for me, and this is the 4th that I've made. There's minimal pattern pieces. There's like a facing for the front part, so it is heavier weight at the front, but it's an unlined jacket, and I really like it. So you can like layer if you want to have it be for like your colder weather, but definitely this is not like a Chicago winter jacket. It's more so for your fall, and then you could just layer it with a sweater if you need more warmth. So actually I'll go ahead next and show you guys the first one that I made. So this was actually the first one that I made from that same pattern, and I made it in black many years ago. This actually, I don't even really wear it much now because it is tighter, but I still have it, and I just made it out of just a black like canvas fabric, and I believe I cut a 16 or was it a 14? It might have been a 16, but I know it's smaller than this one. But this was the very first one that I made. And you guys, I was so proud of this coat when I first made it because it was the first one I've ever made. And so I really love how it turned out. It fits so nicely. So this is actually view B. So view B's length is just a little bit longer. I'm gonna hold them together so you can see the bottom. So it's quite a bit actually. Look like that's about 5 or 6 inches longer, but as far as construction, they're made exactly the same, but one is just longer than the other one. Oh, also too, I forgot to tell you guys, so for view B, which is the shorter one, there's supposed to be patch pockets on this, but because it's shorter on me, I didn't put the patch pockets. This one, this view actually has inseam pockets. So I know that if I make this jacket again, I'll just use the inseam pockets for this. So this jacket doesn't have any pockets on it, but this one does. And just has a tie belt. Like I said, it's such a simple jacket, but it's so flattering and just, I think it's just like the perfect trench and super easy to sew. So the next one that I made out of that same pattern, because I said I made 4, was this one. Now this is actually more like a sweater type of fabric, but I had it on hand, and after I made that black one, I actually did these two right back to back because I really love how it fit. And I just went in my fabric stash and was like, you know what, let me pull out whatever I have that has that yardage. Actually, I'll let you guys know how much yardage you need. So for if you have a 60-inch fabric, you can actually get this coat out view A, which is the longer one with 3.5 yards. So it doesn't take that much fabric, and again, like I said, it is unlined. So I literally went in my fabric stash and pulled out like this knit and made this one, same version, and it's nice. It came out really nice. Actually only wore this one out like one time, but like I'm gonna get my wear out of it. Again, this one is smaller, so I'll have to wear something close fitted or just wear it open. And that's what I'll do sometimes. I'll wear it open and just tie it in the back. But yeah, really love the shorter version. So just dropped it on the floor. So yeah, even though it's not like particularly like a coat fabric, I actually really love how this one turned out. And I'm gonna wear it some more. So the last one that I made out of this version of jacket is the long one. So because like I said, I really like how those jackets turned out, I wanted to make a full long trench, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a bright color. And so this is view A. So the only difference I did on the pattern envelope, she has like it's split at the sides. I just sewed my seam all the way down because I wanted it to be closed all the way, and I made it out of this green fabric. Now you guys, I ended up doing a pattern review on this years ago, I think 2019. And I love like the fit and everything. However, this is the wrong fabric. This green is gorgeous. This is so thin, you all. This is literally just like a fashion coat. Like, it's not keeping anything warm. And I had said that I was just gonna line it so it could give me some more weight and I could wear it out, but I haven't done that yet, but I still can. In the front, it is nicer. Well, it feels better because the front is completely, it has a facing. So the front feels a bit more substantial, but like the coat itself, like here, this is very thin and the sleeves are really thin. And I just was like, you know what? You should have got a better fabric. So, however, I love this green. I haven't worn it out because it needs to be lined. It's literally like shirt weight fabric. So one day I will line it. I think I should do like a black and white lining, something nice to give it a nice punch. But I'll have to figure out if I want to take apart the facing piece or just connect it to the facing going back, because I like to wear the lapels out. So I don't think I want to do that, but I do need to actually have something in the inside of here for me to feel comfortable wearing it. But I love the length. Like I said, I did a review on it years ago. I'll have to look and see what year that was. I did a review on the pattern and on this coat, but yeah, I just chose the wrong fabric. But I do love the execution of it. It looks great. The color's great. It's just not the right type of fabric. So the next coat that I'm going to share with you all, this is actually a coat that I never shared on the channel, but I sewed it up, and it is a blanket coat. So this is a Butterick pattern. I believe this is an oldie too. Let's see what year this is. 2015. So yeah, this is a 10-year-old pattern. Not sure if it's still available. I'll put it up if it is or not on Simplicity. But this is Butterick 6244. And I got some fabric that was just like a blanket and is exactly that same color that she has on. And I believe I cut a size 16. And here it is. This is also like a jacket that is unlined, but I liked it because it had that like waterfall like front, and I just feel like it was just like a perfect little blanket coat to throw on if I'm wearing something dressier. A dress would be so nice. So yeah, the only thing is it's not supposed to be like a puckered like sleeve, like shoulder. I didn't gather my shoulder in, but I didn't care enough to like change it. I was like, oh, well, I'll just have like a little puff sleeve. But yeah, here is the coat. It's a really easy pattern. So yeah, this one, even though it doesn't say, I don't believe it says like easy to sew or anything on it, it is a very beginner friendly coat. This one doesn't even have a tie or anything. You could just like make up a belt if you wanted to, but the pattern doesn't have a tie. But I just really liked it for the waterfall front. And it's just very flattering. And even I could just see putting like a store-bought belt over it. It would be really nice. But I just thought this would be perfect for like dressing up. And I love the length. It's a really nice coat, and I actually think I thrifted this fabric, but it's literally almost like a blanket. I saw it and was like, oh, it's exactly like the pattern envelope. So I would say if you're a beginner and you want to make a jacket, start off with something like this. It would be really nice because again, it's not lined. You don't have any like fasteners or anything. You just got your center back seam. You do have your front waterfall. It attaches onto the back pieces. So it is just one continuous like piece. So yeah, definitely get it. And you literally just like hem the ends like you would hem anything. So really nice. I'm so glad that I actually ended up finding that pattern and making this coat, because I made it a few years ago where I wasn't even getting like Butterick patterns like that, but now I have quite a few Butterick patterns. Sometimes you have to look past the pattern envelopes on some of those and just pick the right fabrics. I a lot of times sew up things that people will say, I wasn't even looking at that pattern like that, but after you made it with this type of fabric, I'm like, I'm grabbing it. So you guys, you got to look past the illustration sometimes, or even just how the model is photographed or how things are fitting them, and think about like how you would do it. That's like the joy of being able to sew for yourself. So the next two coats that I'm going to show you guys, I'll grab the pattern. This is a coat that I actually did share on the channel on a pattern review. This is Simplicity 8989. Now, I was going to actually make the zebra fabric. I was going to make it out of this coat, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to my tried and true and do the Simplicity one. But I ended up making this one last year. I believe that was last year. Or was it 2 years ago? I think it was last year. I ended up making View A, and I really liked how it turned out. However, you guys, I think I ended up starting with a size maybe an extra large, and it was really big. I made it with just like a khaki color, like duck canvas fabric, which is nice and sturdy. Had I gotten a green fabric like this, I would be fine with having it unlined. This is another unlined jacket. Here's just my tie on the top. I actually didn't do the loops for this one because it was so big. Where I was going to have to place the loops to do my tie, it just would have been like kind of off. So I actually just tie this around my waist when I wear this coat. But this is a super easy to sew pattern. This does have patch pockets on it, and I did use those. So this one doesn't have inseam pockets. So this is very beginner friendly. Minimal pattern pieces. There's one back piece. You have your sleeve and then your front pieces. And then of course it's a facing in the front. However, again, it is unlined, and really love how this turned out. You just can't go wrong with like a khaki color coat, like a nice trench for the fall season. And again, it does have the belt, but since I didn't attach that belt, I can also just throw a black belt or a brown belt over this and it would be great. So after I made this one and it was kind of big, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this pattern again and make it in a smaller size. I think I went all the way down to a small, and I made it out of this print. This is actually a home decor fabric. Now, this is the coat that I wear most often. I wear this quite often to work. And it's the same pattern. I did the same view. However, I ended up going down 2 sizes and I love how it fits. I did put the loops on this one and I have my tie belt attached. But you guys, it's so cute. This is a home deck fabric that I got at the Fabric Warehouse here in Chicago, and I ended up just buying everything that they had left because I wasn't sure if I was gonna, you know, need more, and I was like, I don't want a chance getting started and then can't finish. So the only thing differently I did with this coat, I actually did do inseam pockets. So I was like, you know what, I don't want to do the patch pockets for this one. I did the inseam pockets and I love that I did that, but I love this coat so much. It's so fall, like the colors in it are great. Again, it's like a home deck fabric, like a duck canvas, and I will do that from time to time. I'm like, it doesn't matter if it's supposed to be home decor or whatever. If I like the print, I love the fabric, the weight of it, I'm gonna make whatever I want to make out of it. So I'm so glad that I ended up making this up. Again, I did do a review on both of these coats on my channel. And so the last coat that I want to share with you all, this is a coat that I made last year. So I have not worn this one out yet because I ended up finishing it later in the season where it was already past the temperature to wear, because you guys, this coat is heavy. So this is a Vogue coat. Now, this Vogue coat had been on my Make 9 for like 2-3 years. And I've since then haven't done like the Make 9s because I change my mind so often. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to put myself under that pressure to say, oh, I'm going to make these things. But this coat, I have been wanting to make it for years since it came out. What year did it come out? 2022. So whenever it first came out, I was like, yeah, I'm going to make this coat. This is Vogue 1926. And y'all, this maxi coat is so fire. When I first saw this, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely doing this. I got to find a tweed. I want to look exactly like she looks on the pattern envelope. And I started it last year, but I kind of was like, oh my gosh, getting overwhelmed with the process. So I kind of like put it off. But then I did finally finish it. But then, like I said, the season was already kind of past. So I'm going to get to wear her this year when the weather gets cold because, y'all, she is heavy. This is a fully lined coat. This is the most intense, intricate coat I've ever done, but I love it and I'll have it for years to come. And y'all, it's a true maxi. Like right now, me holding this up, baby, it's heavy. Like, it's heavy on my arm. I remember when I did the review last year, because I did share it on my channel, I was burning up in the sewing room, like trying to model with it and take pictures because it is a heavy coat. So I cannot wait to wear her. I have her fully lined. Now, I did. I got this fabric at the Fabric Warehouse here in Chicago as well. Let me move this out the way now so I can show you guys. So I got this fabric as well at the Fabric Warehouse. It is a home deck, like upholstery fabric. You guys, this fabric is so thick. I was breaking needles, and I had heavy duty needles, but I don't have like a industrial machine. So I was breaking needles. I couldn't do my buttonholes. I was able to do a few buttonholes. I ended up having to like slice my buttonholes to do them. I ended up getting these buttons in Vogue in Evanston, and I just thought that they were perfect for the coat. And I ended up just getting the lining locally here too as well. So nice. Y'all, it's heavy. I'm trying to hold it up, but it is so nice, and it goes all the way to the floor. It's truly a maxi. And I was saying in that pattern review that, you guys, if you're shorter, you're going to have to shorten it because I'm tall. I'm a tall girl, and it's super long on me. I didn't have to extend it at all. I do think I extended my arm. I usually always have to add 2 to 3 inches to my arm, and it has buttons on the arm as well, you guys. It's 2 buttons on the arm, and down the front it is, I think, 17 buttons. It's a long coat. However, if you guys hadn't seen in the pattern review, I made a size, I think, was it 18 or 20? I can't button it all the way down. So I have to have it open, but on the pattern envelope, she styled in that way too. So I can only button the top few, but once it gets to like my hip area, I can't button it up, but it actually looks really nice that way. And I'm just going to, you know, wear a scarf and I'll be fine. She's getting worn this winter season because I love it. It was a labor of love, and I'll have this coat for years to come. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys my total coat collection. If you guys have any questions on any of these coats, leave them in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer them with you, but these are not the last ones that I'll be making. I definitely want to make another one of the short ones, like I said, and I kind of want to make a cheetah or a leopard one. I saw some fabric locally here in Chicago at New Rainbow that I think I want to make this exact same coat, and I'll have my leopard, my cheetah, and I kind of want to make another black, just a bigger size, because like I said, this one now is kind of snug. Like, I made it years ago, and I want to have it to be able to wear like more layers underneath. But yeah, just want to share with you guys all of my coats that I've made here in my sewing journey. I love to sew, and I love to have a unique piece. And every time I wear that one that I say I wear all the time to work, people are like, did you make that? And I'm like, yes, I'm so proud of it. So I can't wait to wear the Vogue coat out for the first time. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. If you like sewing content and you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you here. Also hit the like button. It really helps my channel. And hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. So until next time, bye.